I'm sure you've seen the headlines by now.
A well-known and respected tech CEO, Dario Amodei, who heads a cutting-edge AI company called Anthropic, is raising alarms tonight about AI's potential impact on employment that could soon be felt. While he says AI can lead to incredible advancements like medical breakthroughs and boost the economy, he believes it could also lead to half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
And I'm not here to tell you, don't worry, it'll all be fine, because I don't know what's going to happen. Dario doesn't know exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you a little bit about the past and what I'm doing about all this. So maybe if you're feeling a little bit unsure or stuck, this might help you a little bit. All throughout history, progress has always eliminated entry-level jobs, sometimes a lot of them. There used to be scribes that copied manuscripts by hand, and then the printing press came along. Fast forward a few hundred years, we had secretarial pools, giant rooms full of people and typewriters to sit and type out copies of manuscripts or documents because we didn't have photocopiers. We used to have people that knocked on people's windows to wake them up in the morning because there were no alarm clocks. We had human computers before we had computers as we know them. My very first job out of college was at a company that doesn't exist anymore, that sold a product that doesn't exist anymore. I worked at MCI and they sold long distance service. Some of you have never even heard of that. Ask your parents. My job was the human equivalent of Git, as in GitHub. Yup. Even then, I could see that not only was this job going to go away, it should go away. This was not a job I wanted to do, although I was thrilled to get a job right out of school. But I knew this job could be automated away, and I actually lobbied for it. And I turned around and enrolled in classes at night school. I knew the job would go away, and I needed a plan for when it did. So I learned C and C++ and Java. I knew that the job I wanted to do was going to be far more interesting than the job I was currently doing. But that was my choice, and I could see it coming, and I had a path to a new job. I know that's not the case for everyone else. I think there are a lot of people out there right now who can see that little crack in the window, and they know it's going to shatter, and they are trying to figure out right now, what do I do about it? There is no clear path for them. And even though we know that history has this pattern of jobs going away and new jobs being created, what is different this time is the speed and the scale at which the jobs are going to be replaced. I think it's going to happen so much faster and at such a wider scale than we've seen in the past. Even though we're being warned, it's still going to catch us all a little bit off guard. Dario has some advice for us.
What are practical steps people should take to be prepared? I mean, ordinary citizens, me, lawmakers, what do you advise?
Yeah, well, let's take them one by one. I think for ordinary citizens, I think it's very important, learn to use AI, learn to understand where the technology is going. If you're not blindsided, you have a much better chance of adapting. There's some, better world, at least in the short term, at least for now, we should take it bit by bit where everyone learns to use AI better. And that speeds up the adaptation that is definitely going to happen eventually, but it'll be less painful if it happens quickly.
But the good news is that tech that's coming to take away the jobs is available to everyone. You don't need special training. You don't need to work in a special company or know the right people or even pay for it. All you need is a computer, the internet, and a little bit of curiosity. That's actually partly why I started this channel. I didn't want to look up in 10 years and realize I have no idea how any of this works. I wanted to see if I could learn along with the tools as they were developing. And so I started this channel to kind of force myself to stay current and stay curious and interact with the AI tools that are out there. Some of them won't be here in 6 months. Some of them won't be here in a year, but they are all building little pieces of information and making me more comfortable with the tech that is out there and the tech that's coming. The easiest way for you to do this, the way that I started doing this, is just go play. Kids learn best by playing. And honestly, grown-ups aren't any different. Plus, it's way more fun just to play. And the more I played, the more I learned. With every image that I generated and every song I got some AI tool to create for me, I learned a little bit more about how to interact with the systems, and I definitely learned a lot more about the limits of these systems and, in fact, the ever-expanding limits of these systems. Things that we couldn't even think about it doing 6 months ago are now kind of table stakes. Even if you wanted to study it and take a course and try to learn, the coursework couldn't keep up. The best way to learn is just go play, find a new tool, see what's out there, see what it can do today. Because I guarantee you, what it can do today is going to be very different than what it can do in a month from now. So if you don't know where to start, just go pick a tool, play with it, create an image, create a song, ask it to do a task, ask it what you should do with it, because that's how you learn and that's how you stay current. And that's how you get comfortable with the technology as it's evolving. If you feel like you're too late, you are not. We are at the very beginning. And if you're here, you're already 3 steps ahead of a lot of other people. So no, I don't have answers for you. I don't have a 5-step action plan. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can invite you to come along with me and explore. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see what tools I come across, because what I'm trying to do is just go find things that I think are fun or interesting or helpful and just share them. The future is coming either way. The more you engage with these tools a little bit every day, the more comfortable you're going to feel with them as they evolve. So go pick a tool, find something fun, and just go play. I know I say that all the time, but I really mean it. I really do feel like that's just one of the best ways to learn. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.